I'm Tom from Do-It-Yourself Home Automation, and this is a look at tracking a run on the Versa smartwatch from Fitbit. Now, the Versa works a little bit differently than the Ionic. The biggest difference for run tracking is that while both use GPS, the Ionic has a built-in GPS chip, so it's actually able to connect and track your run via GPS even without a phone. Whereas the Versa, being a little bit more compact, a little bit less expensive, does not have a built-in GPS chip. So to track a run, it has to be paired with your smartphone. And this is good and bad. Again, it makes for a smaller watch, less expensive, and I found actually the GPS is usually more accurate because your phone is probably has a better GPS than the watch itself. But the downside is that you do have to take your phone with you for your run. So if you're used to doing that anyway, to listen to music or anything, then it's probably fine. For me, that works totally fine. So the way that you track a run, we're going to swipe to the left to pull up the menu here. Then I'm going to go into exercise, and I'm going to choose run as my type of exercise. And you can see in the upper left it says connecting. So it's going to connect to my smartphone. This can take up to 30 seconds to a minute for it to connect and get GPS. So I'm pretty much waiting for this to happen before I start. And you can see it's going green. It says connected. So it's reading my GPS from the phone. And then when I start, it will actually track my run using that GPS. And the reason this is really helpful is that Fitbit's step tracking is pretty good. It's pretty accurate, as I've shown in other videos, but over a long run, it might lag a little bit or might be off a little bit from the actual total distance. Versus when you connect to the GPS, it's actually using the GPS to tell exactly how far you went. And you can get much more detailed and much more accurate statistics on your run and exactly the speeds you went, your pace, and splits and that kind of thing, and also a much more accurate sense of the total distance. So that's one reason to pair. The other reason is that the data from that, because it is more accurate, feeds into other Fitbit functions like your cardio score, and you actually need to track a run using the GPS function to get the most accurate cardio score, because again, it needs a very precise mileage count in order to be able to give you that data. And the final piece is that with the run tracking, you can actually later map your run and see exactly where you went on a map in the Fitbit app, which I'll show in another video. But for now, that's how you start the exercise. Now, to actually begin, you're going to press the play button down here. And it's going to start. So I'm going to pause this and actually run around a little bit. Okay, so you can see that I've just finished my very short 1-minute run. The Fitbit has detected that I've stopped moving and automatically paused the run tracking. My dogs have come in to check out what I'm up to here. So now if I want to finish this, I'm just going to press the button in the upper left for that little flag, and let's take a look. Okay, so I'm just going to press that button. It's going to say end this exercise. I'll confirm I want to end the run. And then it's going to give me a summary. So my extremely short 1-minute run, it tracked my distance as 0.04 miles, and then it gives me my pace, very slow, and then my heart rate averages in max, the calories that I burned, number of steps, and my elevation gain. And I can say done when I'm done with looking at that summary. Now that I've tracked that, I can pull it up in the Fitbit app, and I'll show that in another video, and you can see those statistics and also the actual route that you took. So obviously that was just a super short demonstration, but if you do a real run, you get really detailed and accurate data on your total distance and also your pace and steps and that kind of thing. So, and again, the map is very helpful in some cases too to remember where you went on that run. So that's how you track a run on the Fitbit Versa. Again, you do have to have your smartphone with you, but if you don't mind doing that, then it's very easy to sync and do that tracking. If you found this helpful in any way, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps.